Hello everyone, thank you for joining us here. Today I am Arushi with my group members Aditi, Preeti and Gurmat is here to talk to you about our new presentation on milk-borne diseases. Now let's get started. First I am gonna to introduce you about milk-borne diseases. In today's world, we all know milk is a complete food for all age group. In spite of being so, it serves as a potential vehicle for transmission of some diseases under certain circumstances. Milk, by virtue of possessing all sorts of nutritional factors as it contains vitamins, minerals, proteins, can serve as an excellent media for microbes, especially including pathogens which leads to milk-borne diseases. The spoilage and pathogenic microorganism causing illness to the consumer could come from animal, handler, environment, water, equipment, air, raw materials, and due to poor sanitation practices. Now have a look at sources of contamination. The sources of contamination include airborne, that is the transfer of viruses from animals to human or humans to animal by air. The second is the foodborne, that is the consumer consuming infected meat or milk. The third one is close proximity to animals, which include fecal oral transfer, animal blood, saliva, etc. in skin cuts. And the last one is the direct contact with animals, which include bite from infected animals, thus causing infectious disease. We have some more pictures for the sources of contamination. The first one is the unhygienic hand of the handler, which contains the large number of microorganisms which will contribute to the milk and thus making it insufficient or the source for the milk-borne diseases. The infection person may transmit disease like typhoid fever, scarlet fever, septic sore throat by contaminating hands or by coughing, sneezing, and talking during milking or subsequent handling of milk at farm level. The second represent the dairy farm environment, which may also introduce pathogen into milk at different stages of production and processing. The pathogen introduced by the environment includes streptococci, mycobacterium tuberculosis, coxiella burnetii. And the third is the infected udder of the animal, which is the main source for the milk-borne diseases. And fourth is the flies, which may enter into the milk during milking and transportation. Now we will discuss about these diseases one by one. First one is cholera. It is a gram-negative bacteria which is in comma shape and can attach themselves easily to the chitin containing shells of the marine species. Chitin is a component of the cell wall of the fungi. The main habitat for cholera is brackish water. Brackish water is water having more salinity than fresh water but not as much as seawater. The bacteria causing cholera is Vibrio cholerae. They are facultative anaerobic, that is, they can survive both aerobic as well as anaerobic conditions. The symptoms for cholera are watery diarrhea, rice water stools, fishy odor to stools, vomiting, rapid heart rate, loss of skin elasticity, dry mucous membrane, low blood pressure. The prevention for cholera include proper pasteurization of milk and its products. Pasteurization is a temperature time combination process in which the milk is heated to the 63.5 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. The other preventive measures for cholera include sanitary disposal of human excreta, protection of water by boiling, sanitary preparation and handling of products, control or destruction of houseflies, public health education, which will more contribute significantly towards cholera, isolation of patients and carriers from the healthy ones, use of cholera vaccine in exposed population group, disinfection of articles soiled by patients. The another one is the typhoid. Salmonella typhi is the species of Salmonella genus responsible for this disease. Mainly beef and cheese from raw milk are the main source for the typhoid. The variety of processed food and the chickens may also contain Salmonella. It is a rod-shaped, gram-negative, non-spore-forming bacteria. The bacteria can be detected by a number of methods such as isolating in ferrous sulfate medium, MPCR methods, or etc. The symptoms for typhoid is malaise, anorexia, insomnia. Constipation is more common than diarrhea in adults than other children. Bradycardia, abdominal symptoms, and occasionally pneumonia. In white skinned patients, pink spots appear on the skin of the trunk, which may disappear when the pressure is applied. The prevention of typhoid include adequate treatment of water. Infected individuals should not handle milk, follow hygienic conditions during production, processing, and storage, educating people about food and personal hygiene, periodic examination of individuals who handles food for public consumption, pasteurization and other heat treatment of milk and milk products, control of flies as they may contribute more bacteria towards these diseases. Treatment of infected individuals is also important way to prevent this typhoid. Now I would like to hand over it to Aditi. She will start with streptococcal.
Streptococcal infection. For this infection, group D Enterococci, Streptococcus agalactiae, etc. are more prominent pathogens, which are gram-positive, spherical ovoid cocci arranged in long chains. These are non-spore forming, sensitive to drying, heat, and disinfection. These are facultative anaerobes, which means that organisms make ATP by aerobic respiration if oxygen is present, but it is capable of switching to fermentation if oxygen is absent. They do not form catalase but have peroxidase system. Symptoms: throat pain that usually comes quickly, painful swelling, real and swollen tonsils, tiny red spots on the area of the back of the roof of the mouth, swollen, tender lymph node in one's neck, fever, headache, body aches, rash, nausea or vomiting, especially in younger children. Prevention: adequate heat treatment of milk, holding milk at lower temperature, rejection of milk from suspected quarters, milk showing abnormal changes should not be pulled, regular check of health of dairy products and animals, fecal contamination of milk should be avoided. Q fever. The characteristics of Q fever. The bacteria responsible for this disease is Coxiella burnetii. It is mainly found in cattle, sheep, goat and fecal matter. It is a gram-positive cocci and highly resistant to extreme treatments such as high temperature, osmotic pressure, UV light. Also can survive disinfectant. One interesting fact about this species is that it had been once used as biological weapon by US in 1969 warfare. Symptoms: fever, chills or sweats, fatigue, which means feeling overtired, headache, muscle aches, nausea, vomiting or diarrhea, chest pain, stomach pain, weight loss, non-productive cough. Prevention: calving shed should be away from milking sheds and dairy. Survey for determining the prevalence of an infection should be carried out. Protective personal equipment, resistant access to barn and laboratories used in housing potentially infected animals, quarantine imported animals. Diphtheria. Characteristics of this are: diphtheria is an infectious disease caused by the bacterium Corynebacterium diphtheria, which primarily infects the throat and upper airways and produces a toxin affecting other organs. Symptoms: a thick grey membrane covering one's throat and tonsils, a sore throat and hoarseness, which means abnormal voice changes, swollen gland in one's neck, difficulty in breathing or rapid breathing, nasal discharge, fever and chills, malaise, which means a general feeling of discomfort, illness, or unease whose exact cause is difficult to identify. Prevention: getting vaccination is the best way to prevent diphtheria. If travelers find themselves in the midst of a diphtheria epidemic, they should stay clear of public transport, cinemas, local marketplaces, and other regions where close contact with the local population is unavoidable. This is especially true during the colder time of the year. Listeria. The characteristics of Listeria subspecies are small gram-positive rods. They are non-spore forming, facultative anaerobic, catalase positive and oxidase negative organisms. Listeria has tumbling motility as 20 to 25 degrees Celsius due to peritrichous flagella, which means flagella all over the all over the surface of the body. Symptoms: fever, chills, muscle aches, nausea, diarrhea. Prevention: thoroughly cook raw food from animal sources such as beef or poultry. Wash raw vegetable thoroughly before eating. Keep uncooked meat separate from vegetables and from cooked food and ready to eat foods.
Aflatoxicosis. Its characteristics are: it is a condition that results from eating food contaminated with aflatoxins, which toxins are produced by the fungi. Its symptoms are nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, convulsion, pulmonary edema, which is a fluid buildup in the lungs, cerebral edema, which is the fluid buildup in the brain, blood abnormality, such as increased risk of the bleeding out, severe damage to the liver, and even death. It can be prevented by good hygiene, by regular cleaning of the storage bins, silos, and feeding equipments, and by avoiding the contaminated feeds. Shigellosis. Its characteristics are: it affects the digestive system. It causes by a group of bacteria called the Shigella. This bacteria is spread through the contaminated water and food or through the contact with the contaminated fish. The bacteria releases toxins that irritates the intestine. Its symptoms are diarrhea, fever, stomach pain, feeling the need to pass stool even when the bowel is empty, abdominal cramping, tenesmus, dehydration, and convulsion. It can be prevented by enforcing the sanitary discipline among the workers, and sanitary attendants should be prohibited from the area of the milk. Bacillus cereus poisoning. Its characteristics are: it is 3 to 4 micrometer in diameter. It is a gram-positive rod-shaped endospore-forming bacteria. It is facultative aerobic bacterium. Bacillus cereus is an opportunistic human pathogen causing the periodontal disease and other more serious infections. Its habitat are soil, vegetable, and any other raw and processed foods. B serious food poisoning may occur when the food are prepared and held without adequate refrigeration for several hours before serving. Its symptoms are: there are two types of toxins. The first type of toxin is released in the small intestine after the bacteria is injected and cause diarrhea, cramps, occasionally nausea, but rarely vomiting. The second type of toxin is released by the bacteria in the food before it is consumed. Starchy food such as rice are most common sources of the food affected. The toxin causes vomiting and nausea within 30 minutes to 6 hours after eating the contaminated food. But this can be prevented by hygienic conditions while milking, and ensure that the food maintained either at the temperature above 60 degrees Celsius or refrigerated below 4 degrees Celsius. The cooled food that will be immediately consumed to below 4 degrees Celsius within 6 hours. When reheated food, ensure that the temperature reaches at least 74 degrees Celsius. Clostridium perfringens. Its characteristics are: it causes gas gangrene, anaerobic in nature, and the 5 anterior toxins are produced, in which 2 are A and C that cause the poisoning. Its symptoms are diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and nausea. It can be prevented by proper cooling of the milk and by maintaining hygiene during the
Now
production.
we move to the viral infections that can find its way through milk. Although viruses are reported very rare in carrying any toxin or illness in milk, but still their involvement can cause potential hazard to dairy as well as food items. Also, especially the refrigerated items and human as well as bovines also. Here's the list of some infectious viruses such as poliomyelitis, which is infection hepatitis, enterovirus, rotavirus, norovirus. So let's start with enterovirus. Sources can be fecal contamination in milk, fly in surroundings of milk. Pathogen strains are poliovirus, enterovirus D68, enterovirus A71. Diseases caused by this bacteria are poliomyelitis, hand and foot and mouth diseases, which is FMD, very common in animals is caused by this enterovirus. Prevention and controls are simple. Pasture milk should be drunk well after pasteurization. Hygienic measures should be followed to avoid fecal contamination in milk. And also, one thing, immunization of animals like regular pills, vaccination can be beneficial for pre-effective immune system. Treatment is not very specific, but doses are given and analgesics are given to nullify the symptoms. Now, next is rotavirus. Basic characteristics: rotavirus belong to Reoviridae family. Its genome consists of 11 double-stranded DNA by 2-layer protein capsid. As we are aware of the structure, the genetic material is covered in a gel, and gel is protected by a layer of protein which is known as capsid. The 6 serological groups are identified, from which the 3 groups are identified to be infectious to human, that are group A, B and C. The name is given to these groups. The sources are identified as mainly fecal oral route, can spread to person contact like coronavirus, and diseases can cause gastrical problems like acute gastroenteritis, diarrhea and other also, but these two are main, the infection caused by rotavirus. Now last is infectious hepatitis. Sources are milk handle. It also spread to person contact, contamination in water, environmental pollution. The main pathogenic strain is hepatitis A virus. Prevention and controls are like previous: sanitation, proper sanitation and neat processing of milk should be there. Adequate heat treatment must be used to inactivate virus. Water should be used for purifying purpose and should be well cleaned and pure before processing. Treatment just same: paracetamol, acetaminophen are given to reduce the symptoms, because as we know, still antiviral drugs are very rare in world, and if they are there, they exist, then they are not very much effective. So there's much work to be done in curing the disease caused by viruses, because the scientists still cannot find any breakthrough to breach the shield that is implemented by these viruses. So hence, this is the whole scenario of milk-borne diseases. The main disease caused by organism which can find their way in milk, and when consumed can cause hazardous effects. So please like, subscribe and share this video more and more for much information. Thank you.